Here's an off-cuff question. Do you know what the Electoral College is and how it affects your voting?
It's funny you should say that, and Brian's laughing because he knows where I'm going to go with this. I do understand the Electoral College. I do understand how it impacts my vote, theoretical voting rights. I have a kind of a cockeyed view of voting and election.
Please share.
I just tend to be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I think that we are, in our country and around the world, I think we are fed information that a smaller group wants us to eat. And I think that there's a smaller group that's in charge that can manipulate how we vote, manipulate what drives us politically, what drives us to make decisions. And I'm just not, I can't say to you, Brian, I think this is a sham, or I think this party is a sham. For me, I'm just not sure that I'm given all the information in real terms that would help me make a logical decision. And, I can say this, I can take this a step further, in that I think in America right now we have in theory, we have two political parties, for the most part, maybe a third or fourth kind of coming up, but for me, neither of those parties represent everything that I'm about. I like some of the Republican stuff, I like some of the Democratic stuff, and I don't think that we have a good representation of where people fall in reality. And we're forced to go into a booth and pull a little lever to pick somebody that, instead of going, oh my gosh, I really want Brian Cook to be the next president, it's like, who do I want less?
Yeah.
Who do I want the world to see less? Who is the lesser of two evils? And I just think that's a bad way. And with, looking back when the country first got started, and news wasn't instantaneously, and it wasn't on such a mass scale that you could do something, go outside here and do something and have it be all over the internet and have it be all over the world in seconds.
Right.
And so for me, I just think we have a situation where the Electoral College and voting and all of that, I'll leave that to the news guys. I think we have a system that we're not given all the information. I think it leaves enough room for most people to ask questions. And going back to what drives me nuts about people is I just get driven nuts when somebody lock arms and just says, this is how I feel, and there's no opening for conversation or no opening for discussion.
Right.
And, I'm going to vote Republican just because I'm from Texas and that's what we do. Or I'm going to vote for the Democrats because I'm from Los Angeles and that's what we do. I just think that we have this system with all its greatness. I just don't think it's a perfect system, and I don't have a good idea of what the perfect system would be, but I think that not everything is how it seems.
That prompted me to change the questions a little bit. I'm not going to ask the next question. I'm going to